This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Hey, what is up guys? This is Anthony, aka BatBomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the 112 Collective Dawn of Justice Superman figure from Mezco Toyz. Now taking a look at the front, we can see the Batman v Superman logo printed in the center. At the top, we can see that it says Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. And at the bottom, we can see that it says Superman along with the 112 Collective blurb. Turning the box around, we can see multiple comic book-like panels showcasing the figure in multiple posing positions with his multiple accessories. Turning the box back around, opening the lid, we can see that the figure is showcased in the window box packaging, and on the left, the new Man of Steel Superman logo printed on the inside of the lid. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here's Superman out of the box. And man, I absolutely love this figure. In my opinion, it has got to be the best Superman figure that we have ever received from the Dawn of Justice film. It has so many good things to talk about, but to be honest, it does have a couple negative things to talk about as well. So I am so stoked to check it out here with you guys, but before we take a closer look at the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So Superman comes with a total of 4 pairs of interchangeable hands, including a pair of close-fisted hands, a pair of open palm hands, a pair of gripping hands, and a pair of flight hands. Next up, he does come with 3 interchangeable heads, with a straight face, an angry face, and a heat vision face. He also comes with a Gotham City sewer lid that splits into 2 pieces. And lastly, he does come with a circular base stand with the Batman v Superman logo printed atop. He also comes with an articulated arm that articulates at 4 points with a clip. He also comes with a detachment that holds on to 5 bendable wires for posing around the cape. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Superman. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Superman. Now, I have been waiting on this guy for quite some time now. The Mezco releases have just been pretty crazy for all of us people collecting these figures, so I know it's insane. I believe he was originally supposed to come out last July of 2016, but here he is March 2017, and now we finally have him. And I'm not gonna lie to me, he doesn't really disappoint. He's probably not the best 112 figure that we received, but he's still pretty awesome for a lot of reasons. So for right now, I do have the standard head right there, which I think looks really good. I think it captures Henry, let me lower the lights a bit, Henry Cavill pretty good. You know, I know we've had other iterations of this character from different toy lines and whatnot, and especially for this scale, I think this has got to be the best one that we've received so far. So it looks really good. You can even kind of see there's like a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow on there. Lots of detail in the figure itself. Now it may be kind of hard to see, but there's this type of like speckling effect on the face itself. I'm assuming that's to get like the skin texture down or whatnot. I don't know. You know, when you're looking at it with the naked eye, it doesn't show too much. When you look at it really close, it is pretty noticeable, but it's not like a really terrible thing. The suit looks fantastic. I love this suit. Just has that texture, like mesh look to it. Just like the suit from the movies, looks really good. All these like more metallic type of sections right here, like around the wrist and on the sides, going down the legs, all came out really good. Looking around the back, you can see all that came out really clean. I like that a lot. Then you got some super butt right there. You got the gold line for like the belt and whatnot. Came out really cool. The chest right here, the Superman logo or the symbol for hope, is a separate piece. And I love the fact that they do that. They actually make it a separate piece and it's like glued in place like that. That looks really good. Now the boots came out really nice too. Those are textured as well. You can see that. And you get some tread right there on the bottom of both peg holes. I think those came out really, really nice too. The cape is really, really nice. I do like it, and you can see kind of the wingspan it gets. It kind of just engulfs the whole camera right there, so it's pretty good. A couple things that I will say though, with the cape, it does seem a little bright compared to the movie. Now, I know the movie themselves were dark, but even still, I don't think the actual color of the cape was this bright. So that's just a little weird, but I actually kind of prefer this lighter cape to the darker ones in the movies, so that's pretty cool. Another thing, it's a little weird because the cape is not bad as far as the material goes, but it does feel a little too thin. When you got a character, I'm gonna pull this guy in real quick, like the armored Batman here, and his cape, this is the Mezco 112 Batman 2. His cape is just insane. I mean, it's so thick. That is just a really good quality cape, and that's like an actual cape somebody would actually wear. But when you bring this one in, it just feels a little flimsy and whatnot. So I don't know, it's not really a complaint, but it's just something to note that when you get them in hand, it's probably not the best quality of cape that we received from Mezco. So now the heads are interchangeable. Like I said, I do have the standard head on there just like that. And like again, I think that looks really, really cool. They're just on ball pegs, and we could bring on this head like that. This is the one that's a little more angry. It's really just like gritting teeth just a little bit. Then you have this one right here, which is the more even, I guess, angrier with the heat vision and whatnot. And now what I noticed is that this head and this head are the exact same ones. So to me, that's a little lazy on Mezco's part, because that is literally the exact same head sculpt, just with this one has a little more paint with the eyes and whatnot. So I kind of wish this one was a little more like screaming, even more angry, maybe the hair messed up a little bit. So, I mean, I still like this head, but I mean, compared to this one, I mean, that's, to be honest, that's just kind of lazy. Especially when he doesn't come with a whole lot of accessories. They could have given us a whole new head sculpt just for this one, I think. So let's go put the regular head back on. So the hands are also interchangeable. They're just on those standard pegs that we give with all Mezcos. And then when you want to put them on, you notice again, the hands are a little gummy, so you can see me kind of moving them around just like that. That's for when you put them on, the softer hand actually wraps around that sturdier peg. Pretty simple, so I like that quite a bit. Now he also comes with this little Gotham City sewer manhole cover, which I freaking love. I think that's just really cool sculpt. It's even kind of had little die cuts in there so you can actually see through. You can kind of see Superman through it like there. It looks pretty cool. I love that. Nicely detailed in texture. It looks really, really good. And that can actually be split in half just like that. And I do have one of the gripping hands on him right here, and he can hold the two pieces, which I think is really, really cool. Now also, I want to discuss the stand real quick. So he suffers from one thing with a lot of the Mezco cape characters have, is this the cape system. So here's the stand, looks really good. And I will attest that the stands for these Mezco's figures are the best stands I think we've ever received for figures. So, but the system they have for the capes here is I like to pull this off, and then you get this section right here. And then I like to actually take this section off and then kind of slide it on like that, instead of pushing the clip over it so you don't stress the plastic on the cape part. So then you put that down, and then you get one of the bendable wires right here, and then you attach those to the pegs like that. And then these are posable, right? You can move them however you like, which is, this is still a lot of work in progress, I think, for Mezco. And then you push this section down right here, and you slide the cape into that. So you would do something like this, where you plug, or you stand him on there like this, and then you get a section of the cape, and you kind of just push this down a little bit like that, and kind of try and like tuck the cape in there like that, you know. And then you can pose the cape around and things like that. So honestly, it's not the best system. They say that they're working on a new type of system for the capes, So I hope they figure out something, because it was just, for me, they're okay, but they're not working for a lot of us, and I totally understand why. So let's take a look at articulation now. So the head is on a ball joint, as well as the neck is on a ball joint that goes into the chest. So we get a lot of motion in there. It rolls around just like that. It does look left and right, goes up and down pretty far. I wish he opened up a little more just for flight poses, but that's not too terrible. He does pivot side to side just like that. He got shoulder joints that go up pretty far. You just gotta kind of mess with the material a bit, and you can get the arms actually pretty high up. You just, like I said, you gotta fold the material, this bodysuit around, and it works out pretty good. So the arms go about that much down, and there actually is a butterfly joint in there, so you can come across the chest pretty good, which I think is pretty cool. You get a bicep swivel as it rotate left and right, double jointed elbows that work very, very nice. Since the hands are on those pegs, those rotate, as well as hinge up and down just like that, as well as roll around. And then we get a joint from the chest into the lower abdomen, and then I believe, yeah, just like that. So it rolls around just like this, crunches back and forth, pivots side to side, as well as rotate pretty good. Now you got hip joints, allows it to kick far about that much, back about that much. Can do the splits surprisingly well. I mean, that's pretty good. Even with this bodysuit in, I guess the elasticity of it allows you to kick out pretty far, so the articulation is not hindered whatsoever. So I love that. We do get a thigh cut, rotate left and right, double jointed knees. It looks pretty good and really natural because it covers up the joint. We do get a boot cut, allows you to rotate left and right, and an ankle joint points the toe up and down, rotate left and right, and we do have an ankle rocker. So again, I absolutely love Mezco. This line has just been so good to me, and I cannot wait to get a ton more. And I cannot wait to get the more comic book accurate Superman that should be dropping, I believe, next month. And then I know they have Red Sun Superman, which I am really stoked to have. So I am so glad I have this up. And I know they just announced the Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman figure. So I cannot wait to have the Trinity. Now I have Batman, Superman, and when Wonder Woman comes out, I'll definitely be picking her up. So I think, yet again, this is just another awesome figure from Mezco, and I am so stoked to have it. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Superman comparison, here he is standing next to the Dawn of Justice Superman figure from Mattel. And for your Mezco comparison, here he is standing next to the Dawn of Justice Batman and Armored Batman figures. And for even more Mezco comparison, here he is standing next to the 112 Collective Punisher and Judge Dredd figures. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat-Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the 112 Collective Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Superman figure from Mezco Toyz. Now he does have a couple little problems, and I do wish he came with more accessories. But overall, he truly is a badass figure. In my opinion, he truly is one of the best Superman figures that we have ever received from the Dawn of Justice films, and I couldn't be prouder to have him in my collection. So for great deals, head over to agelessgeeks.com for awesome action figures like this, and all the things you love. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.